What's up, everybody? My name is Easy, and I put the dub in Wotaku. Like everybody else, I've been playing Starfield. I've got about maybe 8 hours into the game, and honestly, I had to make this video because I just can't see myself really getting lost into this game. When I first heard about this game, I, as a huge fan of No Man's Skies, was very, very excited. I was thinking that it was going to be something like No Man's Skies mixed with Fallout, and that honestly sounded like the best experience I could ask for. After playing it for a couple hours, I can truly say that that is not what this game is at all. I hate being a Debbie Downer, but I truly just don't like how this game was made like 6 years ago. I feel like I've been waiting for this game for years. It was announced the same time I feel like Doom was. I can't remember exactly when they announced this, but it was definitely when they still had their own Bethesda showcase. Like, that's how far ago it was announced. So my initial problem with Starfield, and it's probably the biggest problem that I think I have with the game in and of itself, a lot of the problems stem from this one big major issue. The space exploration in this game sucks. In a game called Starfield, I feel like I spend more time in the star map than I do in actual space. Going from menu to menu just to click on something and fast travel to it doesn't feel like space exploration. And that's the biggest issue. I hate comparing it to No Man's Skies. They said it wasn't going to be like No Man's Skies, but when you have a system that feels like space exploration, which is flying into the planet, landing your ship where you want to land it, that system, it's hard to not compare those two games, especially when a game with Starfield, you have so many cool things. Like, your ship just looks sick. The detail is amazing. I love a lot of parts about the game, but the fact that I have to leave this cool, gorgeous view of space to go into a menu to land on a planet, it just doesn't make sense to me. I could be doing it wrong, but the way the game taught me was to land, you have to open up the menu. To chart a course, you have to open up the menu. To go to a different planet, you have to open up a menu. So please, if I am wrong about how I'm traveling, if there's an easier or cooler or more immersive way of doing it, please let me know in the comment section. I am begging you, because this is just not it. I just cannot see myself getting past more than 20 hours in this game if every single time I have to go to a new planet, it's just going through the menus. It just doesn't feel right. You go through the menus in these games so often because of how many times you have to switch gears, how many times I switch weapons. It just, adding more menus to the game, it feels like I'm not playing a game anymore. And the fact that I have such a huge problem with space exploration itself makes a lot of other parts of the game not interesting anymore. Flying the ship is a lot of fun. I love flying the ship. But if I'm going to be using a menu to go to the next planet, what's even the point of loading me into my ship? Just load me into the next planet at this point. I truly don't even care about flying the ship. If scanning the planet, landing the planet, and traveling to different planets is all done through the menus, what's the point of even having a ship? And if flying the ship doesn't matter to me, the cool shipbuilding aspect that they talked about and they showed off and I've seen cool content from doesn't matter either. What's the point of building a sick ship if all you're gonna do is go into a menu to land it somewhere, you know? Like, it's just for looks at this point. What I will say though, and I will emphasize this because I don't like just being negative. What I will say is that ship combat is fun. I have a lot of fun with the ship combat. I love changing systems. It's a pretty cool way of like feeling like you're dogfighting. Saying, hey, yo, I got to putting more energy into my shield or taking away from my lasers. Like, it's pretty dope. And it reminds me a lot of Elite Dangerous. And it's a game that I remember growing up and playing and thinking like, this is really dope. This is space exploration. And honestly, it just sucks that I can't really enjoy all the cool parts about ship flying when really, the only reason I want to fly my ship or have to fly my ship is if I'm going to get into a fight. But how am I going to get into a fight if I'm fast traveling everywhere? The game isn't awful either. I don't want you to walk away from the video thinking that Wen hates this game. I really don't. I think this game is truly, truly something cool. I enjoy the game, and I think I'm going to continue to play it. Will I beat it? Probably not. I don't think I could spend that much time into this game, but I do enjoy the game. Like, the Bethesda charm is there. They had me doing a side mission where all I was doing was flicking switches and walking around, and somehow they still made me feel invested in this little side mission. The characters still have like good dialogue. They make you care about certain things, even if it's so small. The gunplay in this game is probably the best they've ever done. I love Fallout 4's gunplay, but this definitely blows it out of the water. It's fun to run around and shoot people. It's genuinely a good time. The FPS part of this game, chef's kiss. And they brought back the gun customization from Fallout and the suits customization. Like, I like that. I am a fan of the crafting system. I like being able to outfit my weapons the way I want to do it. Definitely a huge plus to this game. And the NPCs always have something interesting to say. Sometimes it's pretty funny. Like, the dialogue is not bad in this game. I genuinely do enjoy it, especially coming from something like Baldur's Gate. I thought Baldur's Gate was going to blow it out of the water. But this game still has a lot of charm in it, and I do enjoy even just walking around some space stations. Like, they have some funny quips to say. So that's, I guess, just like my big review of Starfield. That's why I said Todd Howard could get away with murder, because it feels like this game was not what we were supposed to get for 6 years of being in development. Starfield just feels like Fallout in space. The radiation that you get in Fallout is just whatever the planet's toxic like environment is. That's really how they did it. They just took Fallout and made it space. And I think that that's just kind of lazy at this point. You had so much time to make this game something unique. If this game would have released maybe 3 years ago, I wouldn't have cared. I'd be like, no, that's fine. Like, this is just, you know, this is a Bethesda game. Solid. Like, I would have gave this game probably an 8, in my opinion. Right now, it's kind of sitting at a 7, like a solid 7. It's really not moving up or down. But I would have given this like an 8 or maybe an 8.5 if this would have came out 2 or 3 years ago. But I don't think it's really acceptable in this day and age. I don't even like using the phrase acceptable. I think it's acceptable. I just don't think it's acceptable from Bethesda that's being backed by Microsoft. Like, this is a titan of a company being like given money to by another titan of a company. And you're telling me that this is the best that they can offer, where people like Baldur's Gate just straight up showed us what a masterpiece of a game could be? Like, you have to kind of ask yourself, what is Starfield doing better than any other game? Then what is it doing better than No Man's Skies? It has a better story, but it doesn't have a better story than a lot of other games either. The world isn't necessarily brimming with excitement. It's not necessarily brimming with like personality. And the whole selling point of this game was, hey, this is a space exploration game, and they skimped out on all the parts that made space exploration fun. Traveling to planets, that's not in the game. You don't get is that not part of space exploration? Is traveling to the planets not part of space exploration? Why are we making that a cutscene? Why are we making that a little bit of a loading screen? Why are we doing that? That's space exploration. Why is that not a core of your game? And what's truly sad about it is that I don't think this game will ever really get better. There's no way you can tell me an update's gonna come out to make it so that I can land wherever I want. I just don't see that happening. And if it did happen, it would be in the form of like a DLC. And I am not going to pay money for DLC for a game like this. If you're telling me that DLC is going to fix the problems that I have, I don't want it, man. Just make the game good the first time. But that's just my opinion. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like the video. Comment if I'm wrong. Let me know if you like the game. I enjoy playing the game, so don't think that I hate this game. But it's definitely not one of my top picks of this year. Not even close. If you want more videos like this, make sure to subscribe. And I'll catch you guys next time. Otaku out.